اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم۔ صدر گرامی منزلت، خواتین و حضرات، انسان کو اس دنیا میں علم و عمل کی آزمائش کے لیے بھیجا گیا ہے۔ وہ اپنے بارے میں کیا نقطہ نظر قائم کرتا ہے، اس عالم کے بارے میں کیا نقطہ نظر قائم کرتا ہے، جو نقطہ نظر قائم کرتا ہے اس کے تقاضوں کو اپنی عملی زندگی میں کس طرح پورا کرتا ہے۔ یہ آزمائش خدا کی اسکیم کے تحت ازل سے جاری ہے، ہم نہیں جانتے کب تک جاری رہے گی، لیکن اس اسکیم کے روبہ عمل ہونے کے لیے دو چیزیں ناگزیر ہیں، ایک امن اور دوسرے آزادی۔ امن اور آزادی اگر دنیا میں موجود نہ رہے تو صرف اتنا ہی نہیں ہوتا کہ میرے یا آپ کے لیے فتنہ و فساد برپا ہو جاتا ہے، بلکہ اس سے آگے بڑھ کر اللہ تعالیٰ کی پوری اسکیم درہم برہم ہونے کا اندیشہ پیدا ہو جاتا ہے۔ اس لیے امن اور آزادی، فریڈم اور پیس، انسانی اقدار میں ہدف اور نصب العین کی حیثیت رکھتے ہیں۔ ہم جو کچھ کرتے ہیں اس دنیا میں، جو کچھ بھی سیاست، معیشت، معاشرت، تمدن اور تہذیب کے لیے خدمات انجام دیتے ہیں، اگر غور کیا جائے تو یہ معلوم ہوگا کہ ان میں ہدف، نصب العین اور مقصد کی حیثیت اسی چیز کو حاصل ہے کہ انسان کی آزادی کو محکم رکھا جائے اور امن کی فضا کسی حال میں درہم برہم نہ ہونے دی جائے۔ یہ سوال پیدا ہوتا ہے کہ یہ امن اور آزادی کی فضا جو انسان کی ایسی ناگزیر ضرورت ہے، جو انسان کے متعلق خدا کی اسکیم کا ناگزیر تقاضا ہے، آخر کیا وجہ ہے کہ خود انسان ہی اس کو درہم برہم کر دیتا ہے؟ آفتاب نے تو کبھی اسے درہم برہم نہیں کیا، چاند کی روشنی نے کبھی اس میں کوئی انتشار پیدا نہیں کیا، اس عالم میں جو کچھ بھی آفاق میں ہم دیکھتے ہیں وہ کبھی اسے درہم برہم کرنے کے لیے زمین پر نہیں اترا۔ یہ انسان ہے اور صرف انسان ہے کہ جو امن اور آزادی کو محکم کرنے کی بجائے اسے درہم برہم کرنے کے اسباب پیدا کرتا، اور یہ انسان ہے کہ جو اپنے لیے خدا کی سب سے بڑی نعمت کے مقابلے میں سرکشی اور طغیان کے ساتھ کھڑا ہو جاتا ہے۔ فلسفے کی سطح پر جب ہم اس کا مطالعہ کرتے ہیں تو یہ معلوم ہوتا ہے کہ انسان دو طرح کی چیزوں کا مجموعہ ہے۔ اس میں ایک طرف اس کی کچھ جبلتیں ہیں، انسٹنکٹس ہیں، جیسے بھوک ہے، جیسے پیاس ہے، جیسے اس کے اپنے مفادات کی طلب ہے، جیسے جنس ہے۔ ایک طرف اس کی کچھ جبلتیں ہیں، اس کے کچھ انسٹنکٹس ہیں جو پوری قوت کے ساتھ یہ چاہتے ہیں کہ وہ اپنے وجود کے حیوانی تقاضوں کو پورا کرنے کے لیے آگے بڑھے، اور یہ اتنے بے لگام ہیں کہ اپنے حدود میں نہیں رہتے، اس سے بہت آگے بڑھنا چاہتے ہیں۔ دوسری جانب انسان کا ایک اخلاقی وجود ہے، وہ اپنے اندر ایک ایسا شعور رکھتا ہے کہ جو اسے یہ بتاتا ہے کہ یہ درست ہے، یہ غلط ہے، یہ خیر ہے، یہ شر ہے۔ قرآن مجید نے اپنے لافانی اسلوب میں اسی کو بیان کیا ہے کہ وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا۔ ہم نے انسانی نفس کی تشکیل اس طریقے سے کی ہے کہ اس میں ہم نے برائی کو بھی الہام کر دیا ہے اور نیکی کو بھی الہام کر دیا ہے۔ اس میں سرکشی اور طغیان کے دائیات بھی موجود ہیں، اور اس میں بالکل درست راستے پر کھڑے ہو کر حدود آشنائی کے ساتھ اور اخلاقی تقاضوں کے مطابق زندگی بسر کرنے کے دائیات بھی موجود ہیں۔ یہ اگر ایک حقیقت ہے اور یہ ایک اگر واقعہ ہے تو مجھے اجازت دیجیے کہ میں یہ عرض کروں کہ انسانیت کے لیے پھر سب سے بڑا مسئلہ کوئی ہو سکتا ہے تو وہ یہ ہے کہ انسان کی جبلتوں کو اس کا اخلاقی وجود کنٹرول کرتا رہے۔
In his presentation is that this challenge is the consequence of conflict between morality and self-interest, instinctive urge for superiority and dominance, and the insurgent spirit in human beings that rebels against authority. So wherever this conflict between morality and instincts results in instincts overpowering morality, there'll be a challenge and a danger to peace. He has also, Mr. Ghamdi has also pointed out certain foundations which we as Muslims can rely upon and present to the world for lasting peace. The basic criteria for lasting peace. freedom for the choices that an individual makes, not only in terms of his personal decisions as regards government, but also as regards religion. Fair opportunity for all sons and daughters of Adam and Eve, instead of the fanatical nationalism which talks about unfair means, even unfair means, to ensure the superiority of one people over other peoples.
मेरी निगाह में ख्वातीनो हजरात, जब तक दो बुनियादी कदरें नहीं आती और हमारे अंदर, हम अपने अंदर नहीं पैदा करते, अमन नहीं हो सकता। एक है बर्दाश्त और दूसरी है ज़र्फ। बर्दाश्त के मानी ये है कि आप इख्तिलाफ राय का हक दें दूसरे को, वो अकलियत हो, मजहबी अकलियत हो, वो सियासी अकलियत हो, वो किसी क्लब में अकलियत हो, वो खानदान में अकलियत हो। अकलियत से मुराद मुख्तलिफ राय रखने वाला शख्स या ग्रुप जो कि अकलियत में है, उसकी बात को बर्दाश्त किया जाए, उसके तर्ज जिंदगी को बर्दाश्त किया जाए, और इस बर्दाश्त में मजहब शहरियों के दरमियान, अक्सरियत और अकलियत के दरमियान मुकम्मल तौर पे गैर जानिबदार हो। मजहब का यह मसला ना हो कि इस मजहब को ज्यादा फरोग देना, इसको मजहब से रियासत का यह मसला ना हो और इसको कमतर, या ये आला है, ये अरफा है, ये कम है। हम, मेरी निगाह में, जब तक बर्दाश्त, और बर्दाश्त क्या, सवाल करने की बर्दाश्त, शक करने की बर्दाश्त, जब तक उस्ताद, हमारे यहां खानदान में आमरीयत है, क्लासरूम में आमरीयत है, सियासी ग्रोह में आमरीयत है, किसी ग्रोह में लेने, क्रिकेट टीम में तक में आमरीयत होती है, और मुल्क में तो आमरीयत है ही है। वो तो बता बयान करने की भी बात नहीं, जमहूरियत नहीं है। हर एक जगह, खानदान में, ये हमारा कल्चर है, सकाफत है। बाप चाहता है कि बेटा और बेटी ऐन वही करें जो वो चाहता है। इस वक्त उठो, इस वक्त जागो, इस वक्त सो, ये देखो, ये प्रोग्राम ना देखो, ये किताब पढ़ो, ये ना पढ़ो, यूं चलो, ये करो, और अपनी मंशा बिल जबर मनवाने को तैयार होता है, और उसी की इंतहा ये गैरत के नाम के कत्ल होते हैं। जब हम और जानिब देखते हैं, ये खानदान में आप देखते हैं, क्लासरूम में टीचर बच्चे को सवाल करने का हक नहीं देता। मत सोचो, हालांकि जिन मुआशरों ने सवाल करने का हक दिया है, उनकी तरक्की आप सोच सकते हैं। अब ये इस्लाम का एक बुनियादी असूल है, हकीकत पसंदी, हकीकत को पहचानो और जानो, समझोगे, हकीकत को तस्लीम करो।
Peace has a special significance for the followers of Islam, for the Arabic word Islam is derived from a root which means both peace and submission to moral values. The term peace has been defined in various ways, the sum total of which perhaps is that it denotes a state that is free of conflict, discord, and disorder. However, human nature being what it is, there will at times occur situations that buffet the state of peace and equanimity, whether in a society within the confines of a state or in the relationship between different states. The objective of peace, therefore, should also encompass within its ambit guidelines for the fair and just resolution of all conflicts within and without. Life, you will agree, is dynamic, and so are man and human society. One characteristic of dynamism is that it generates friction, and in terms of social values, that means difference and even dispute. Difference, or let us say the right to differ, lies at the root of all knowledge, inquiry, investigation, and progress. While therefore we must strive to safeguard the right to differ, to question, to dissent, and on occasion even to protest, we must at the same time strive to secure that our differences in every sphere, religious, philosophical, scientific, social, economic, political, or whatever, should act and react beneficently and not destructively. When they threaten to become acute, they must be regulated and must be sought to be resolved or adjusted through the adoption of agreed peaceful procedures.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I am thankful to Mr. Zulfiqar Kazmi, President, Chapter Pakistan of Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace, for having invited me as guest speaker on this auspicious occasion. The subject, of course, is moral foundations of culture of peace. When I mention the organization, I would like to insist upon the words which have been used, which have a very large import. So the floor has been given to me after a very learned discourse by Air Marshal Zafar Chaudhry. I'm very much impressed by his discourse and the speech, and I'm surprised that in the armed forces, and particularly in Air Force also, the Air Marshal can have so much time to pursue the academic field, and is author of 3 books, and has spoken about rule of law, right of dissent, and I'm really very happy to hear such very good speech coming from him. Now, behind this association or organization, there is a moving spirit by name Reverend Sun Myung Moon, who is a religious leader, thinker, philosopher, and a spiritualist. It is his concept or perception to have founded this organization for establishment of peace in the world. And his main idea is that the peace can be achieved by giving due importance to the religion and the activities of the religious leaders. According to him, realization of peaceful world is the desire of God and humanity. He has taken steps and has provided a means to put into effect that idea. And in that connection, he had taken steps which are admirable. According to him, peace comes from the concept of a family. He is right about it. In fact, this whole world, all the people living in the world, are just like members of the one family. In every religion, there is a quest for peace. Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, you name any religion. They all say that their manzil is God. They all want to reach God. They all want to live a peaceful life. They all teach love and affection. You see, concept of family applies everywhere, in every religion. You just see that if there is a joint family, we have in Pakistan joint family system. And I also belong to a family, and we had this joint family system. And in the joint family, there is one head of the family, and he is respected, and his directions and instructions are obeyed. This is our concept of a joint family. And the head of the family, even in Roman law, ancient Roman law, used to be called pater familias. That is the head of the family. And his word used to be law in the house, because whatever is said by the head of the family is not to be disputed or opposed or disobeyed. Now the same concept of the family applies for establishment of peace in the family. And all the religions, different religions of the countries in the world can be used as an example of family, so that there should be peace.
Every religion has a moral code of ethics and lawful commandments that the doctrine has imposed upon its followers. Thus, in a nutshell, a religion in itself is a moral code of ethical behavior. During my international working tours, where I lecture from Montreal down to Mexico City, England, and other foreign countries, I deal with a sensitive topic, but the requirement to make allowances for human weaknesses without seeking revenge. For the only victim of revenge is the destruction of oneself.
Which unfortunately seems to be my perception, that people generally think that terrorism and Islamism is the same thing, and that is basically a demonization of Islam. Unfortunately, the world media are somehow controlled by people who don't have great sympathy with Islam, and even though the word fundamentalism has now not been used widely, and Islam is maybe not shown as fundamentalist, maybe the terrorist connotation may not be too much better, maybe in some respects worse, and somehow we have to get over this particular perception that has developed worldwide about Muslims.
We have a wonderful person as a moderator. Name is Esrar A. Kasana. He is a very, very energetic political Islamic activist living in America. He is publishing a beautiful newspaper naming Pakistan Vision, Pak Vision, and he's a moderator of television channel of United States. He's doing many great things for this country and regarding our creeds and interreligious harmony. Please join me to welcome our moderator, Mr. Zulfiqar Kazmi.
On behalf of IIFWP, I welcome you all to this wonderful session. My special thanks to Mr. Kazmi, Mrs. Kazmi, and their wonderful team have organized such a beautiful seminar. And I can assure you that this is the seminar which you can show to the people throughout the world. This is a seminar which will give a lot of good impressions to the world community and would dispel a lot of impressions which are against Muslims and Pakistanis throughout the world. And I think my heart goes out for all of you. And I think we should give a big hand to this team of the personal and on the professional level.
That the Muslims have not been able to really explain Islam in its pristine glory, in its simplicity, in its divine message. Through seminars of this kind, there is an opportunity to go across and talk to those people in their homes, in their universities, in their colleges, and to explain to them certain salient features of Islam.
Worthy Chairperson Sayyid Afzal Haider, Honorable Mr. Kazmi and Mrs. Kazmi, and dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. As we know, this is the last day of conference, and this is a successful conference arranged by Mr. and Mrs. Kazmi, and they deserve a really big hand. I'm repeating, this is rebroadcast. You have already given that. And we shouldn't forget the name, Father Sun Yang Moon, the idea, the real idea which is working behind it. Sun Yang Moon means light. When the sun and moon are together, what will be the light? You can imagine. Again, a big hand for him as well. I have written few lines for Father Sun Yang Moon, but later on I'm going to narrate it to you. I'm again thankful to Mr. Kazmi and Mrs. Kazmi to give me this chance to be with intellectuals. Thank you very much. I have to read a very handful papers over here, but don't be scared. I'll be taking the salient features out of it. This is toward global dialogue and cooperation among nations, international civil society, and religions. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the true leadership in 21st century? When we see the Western world today, this Christian world, what's happening here? The great powers of the West, for example, the United States, what has happened? They are living in a country characterized by individualism. If we know God, how can we come to this type of level? God wants us to give rather than just to take from others, to give to others. This is the central idea of Christianity as well. Within Christianity, there is the mandate to give to others. So, give to oneself for the sake of others. What did Jesus teach through Christianity? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Jesus said, I did not come to be served, but to serve. What does that signify? It means that this era of selfish individualism which we find today is not going to last very long. It's coming towards its end because it contradicts the very laws of creation. Imagine that the president of a nation is like a father to the nation, like a God to the nation in a sense. If God has sacrificed himself, then the ideal president for a nation in representing the whole and in a position of God should be willing to sacrifice himself completely. for the sake of the nation. The kind of nation can be able to prosper, it has that type of leadership.
इंसान जब इब्तला में होता है, मुसीबत में होता है, हिजरत में होता है, इंसान जब भूखा होता है, इंसान को जब जख्म लगा होता है, जब उसका खून टपक रहा होता है, वो यहूदी नहीं होता, वो मुसलमान भी नहीं होता, वो हिंदू भी नहीं होता, वो सिर्फ इंसान होता है.
Don't insult or abuse the false gods. And the second message which I have just referred is that all the places of worship have to be respected, preserved, honored. Why? Because of the fact that from amongst the entire creation, human being is the sole creation which has been given the right to choose. The message is there. There is no compulsion. Lakam dinakum waliyuddin. You please follow your own. I will follow. But let me explain. Now, sometimes I feel that the very basis on which a religion flourishes is the concept of tolerance. Who does not know that whenever a prophet comes, he is the first person to believe in the message. He is amongst the people who are opposed to that ideology, who are not aware of that thought. So if there were no concept of the freedom of conscience, if there were no concept to express one's feeling, if there were no concept to give a new thought and to ideology, no religion in this world would have developed. Had the Quraysh people slaughtered my Lord, peace be upon him, there would have been no Islam. Of course, the messengers have been persecuted. But what I'm trying to say is that, well, sometimes I say that it is very difficult to become a Muslim because I have first to be a Jew, because I have to believe in the existence of Lord Moses, peace be upon him. I have to be a Christian because I have to believe in the truthfulness of Mary and Lord Jesus, peace be upon them. And after that, I am a Muslim. Because here in Islam, you will find it is the religion, it is the trend of affirmation, not of denial.
For last 2 days, I have been seeing the deliberations of this conference, and honestly speaking, I was moved. The spirit, the subject, the speeches delivered, the concept which is being tried to evolve world around, motivating on character, family, and world peace. A novel thing. Due to adventurism and power struggle between different religions and the mafias, the links have been missed, links have been broken, and we are running after a Western philosophy of human rights, United Nations. That is my basic subject of address here. But I'm just highlighting you the background so that we view things in the real perspective.
हमने आज तक इस आलमी माशरे को वर्टिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इसका किया है इन फिजिकल बॉन्ड्स में. मसलन मुल्क हैं,
जो कि दरियाओं और पहाड़ों के साथ बांट दिए गए हैं, रंग हैं, मजहब है, ये तमाम वो चीज़ें हैं कि जो हमें ज़ाहिरा नज़र आती हैं। और इस तरह से आलम इंसानियत जो है वो इन फिजिकल बॉन्ड्स में बटा हुआ है, लेकिन एक तकसीम, इसको मैं वर्टिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी कहता हूं, लेकिन एक और भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो सकता है, और वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है फिक्री, सोच का। क्योंकि मेरा नजरिया यह है कि चोर ख्वा अमेरिका का हो ख्वा पाकिस्तान का, दोनों की सोच एक होती है। जालिम ख्वा अफ्रीका का हो ख्वा एशिया का, दोनों की सोच एक होती है। तो अगर हम सोसाइटी को किसी तरह से, इसको मैं हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कहता हूं, सोसाइटी हमने यूं बांटा हुआ है, अगर हम इसको फिक्र के हिसाब से, इंसान की सोच के हिसाब से बांट सके तो इस दुनिया का नक्शा ही दूसरा होगा।
President Sardar Farooq Ahmad Khan Leghari, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, I am very honored to read Chairman Dr. Chung Hwan Kwak's address as plenary address, closing plenary address. And afterward, we'll be honored to have the concluding remarks of our honorable chief guest. Distinguished participants, it seems like a very short time ago that we began this seminar. As we come to the closing session, I want to express my appreciation to each of you for participating. Clearly, you came here with an open and sincere mind, and you have worked hard. I believe you, your families, and your nation will be richly blessed because of your participation in this seminar. We have not come together here for our own sake. Each one of you has a profound awareness of the serious situation of our world. There are so many situations of conflict and suffering. These are not simple problems, and the root causes run very deep. Many parts of our world are experiencing overwhelming social problems that result from family breakdown. When the family unit becomes unstable, the society at large also becomes unstable. Problems linked to drugs, divorce, suicide, declining standards of education, and other things can be traced to family breakdown. For the past several days, we have studied some of the central ideals related to the founding vision of the Interreligious International Federation for World Peace, as represented in the words and deeds of Reverend Sun Myung Moon. According to my own religious training, this practice, known in Korean as Hundok Hae, or gathering for reading and learning, can be the means by which we receive heavenly guidance and direction in relation to the most basic and fundamental issues of our life. In the past few days, I have heard many testimonies from participants describing their inspiration from learning of the vision and works inspired by Reverend Sun Myung Moon. Some of you have been surprised by the broad range of concerns and the depth of his insight. I want to say and insight of his speeches are not derived from his study in school or from research. Rather, they are rooted in his very personal and direct relationship with God. Moreover, this relationship is not only intellectual, but fundamentally heartistic. That is, it is deep and loving relationship. In other words, these speeches have their source in the very origin of truth, God. To date, more than 300 volumes of Reverend Moon's speeches, given over a span of approximately 50 years, have been published. 91% of the material in these volumes comes from speeches for which there was no prepared text. Most of these speeches were presented as sermons or internal guidance for followers. His only preparation was to pray humbly and deeply to be direct channel of God's truth and inspiration. Despite the seemingly spontaneous nature of speeches, a careful study reveals a very coherent and comprehensive system of thought, despite differences in time period, and context. The basic truth and fundamental themes remains unchanged. Most fundamentals among these themes are first the call to live for the sake of others. Second, to practice true love in our daily lives, our husband or wife, as mother or father, as brother or sister, as citizen of my nation, and as citizen of the world. Third, to overcome barriers of nationality, race, and religion. Reverend Moon initiated these international seminars for the sake of transforming this world. He is not simply a man of ideas and words. His ideas and words always lead to practical action. He is forever seeking to build bridges to establish network of communication where none existed before. The Interreligious International Federation for World Peace is a good example in that it represents a vision of creating a cooperative and complementary relationship between political leaders and religious leaders. Many political leaders do not fully grasp the spiritual, moral, and cultural root of conflict. Religious leaders, on the other hand, often fail to fully appreciate political realities. By working together, a more comprehensive understanding of the problems emerges, and therefore the prospect for lasting solution increases. At the IIFWP inaugural assembly in Seoul, Korea, Reverend Moon said, "The time has come when cooperative and mutually supportive relationship among the world's statesmen and the religious leaders are desperately needed. Since the root human problems is not merely political, social, and political solutions alone will always be insufficient. But most societies are politically governed. Religion lies at the root of most national and cultural identities. As you have heard, in his recent speech presented at the United Nations in August, he proposed straightforwardly that the current structure of the United Nations should be improved by the including a council of religious leaders to assist in efforts for peace, especially since in so many areas of conflict, politics is linked to religion, culture, and historical traditions. If we are truly serious about peace, we must seek to improve current models of peacemaking. The Interreligious International Federation for World Peace is working aggressively to expand its global network of leaders from all faiths, nations, and academic fields. Let us work hand in hand together. Let us once and for all end the history of war, of racial and religious conflict, family breakdown, and self-centered living. As graduate of this seminar, you are equipped with the vision and inspiration required to become a global peace volunteer whose service to humanity can help in a new era of global peace. May the glory of God's precious true love spring forth from every corner of the earth. May God bless you, your families, and your efforts for world peace. Thank you very much. A very renowned artist from Lahore, Mr. Zulfiqar Kazmi, has made a picture of founder of Family Federation for World Peace and Interreligious Federation for World Peace.
Mr. Zulfiqar Kazmi, Mrs. Kazmi, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I feel greatly honored to be invited once again to talk to such a distinguished gathering. Yesterday, I had the privilege of introducing the subject and giving my views on the importance of family, the nexus between the family, between human character, between society, between governance, state, world peace. And I believe that after that opening session, there were several other sessions which unfortunately I did not have the privilege to attend. But I have been informed about some of the discussions in those sessions, and they were essentially related to the main subject, the main theme of this conference. And we had some distinguished scholars, people with experience, religious scholars, social and political thinkers and intellectuals who addressed this seminar. I had asked the organizers of this seminar at the very outset to kindly arrange to provide the participants or whoever was interested with the transcripts of the discussions that took place here. And I'm sure with the excellent arrangements that they have made for this conference, the excellent audio-visual arrangements and other arrangements, and I wish to congratulate the organizers for that. I'm also sure that they will make available to whoever is interested the transcripts or recordings of this conference, because they'll be of immense value to people who are interested in reforming society, people who are interested in lessening tensions between peoples, between sects, between groups, between political parties, between nations. And I'm sure that this endeavor, the very basis of this conference, will go a long way in creating better awareness in Pakistan as well as abroad, wherever these recordings are taken, in helping promote peace and in firming up our views so that we can endeavor to produce a better world for our future generations.
एंटरटेनमेंट प्रोग्राम में मोहतरमा समर इकबाल, तनवीर काज़मी सदर वुमेन फेडरेशन फॉर वर्ल्ड पीस को अदरक दे रही थी। बहुत शुक्रिया।